Have you ever wondered how we manage to identify the millions of plant species in the world? That's where the science of plant taxonomy comes in, a fascinating field that's all about the classification and identification of plant species. It's like the Dewey Decimal System, but for the verdant world of botany. Imagine being a botanist, standing in a lush rainforest surrounded by a dizzying array of plant life. Without plant taxonomy, identifying each unique species would be like trying to find a specific book in a library with no cataloging system. But plant taxonomy does more than just identify plants. It helps us understand the relationships between different species, their evolutionary history, and their ecological roles. It's a key tool in conservation, helping us protect biodiversity and understand how ecosystems function. So, in the grand scheme of things, plant taxonomy gives order to the botanical world. Without plant taxonomy, the world of botany would be a chaotic jungle, quite literally. Now that we understand the importance of plant taxonomy, let's delve into its fascinating history. The dawn of plant classification can be traced back to ancient times, where the earliest botanical thinkers were making sense of the green world around them. The story begins with a man named Theophrastus, often referred to as the father of botany. Living in ancient Greece around 300 years before the Common Era, Theophrastus was the first to attempt a systematic classification of plants. His works, Inquiry into Plants and On the Causes of Plants, document over 500 species, categorized based on their uses and characteristics, a truly groundbreaking effort for his time. However, the journey of plant classification doesn't stop there. Fast forward to the Roman era where we meet Pliny the Elder. Pliny was a natural philosopher who, in his work Natural History, classified plants based on their medicinal properties. His writings served as a reference for physicians for centuries to come. Around the same time, Dioscorides, a Greek physician in the Roman army, wrote De Materia Medica. This 5-volume encyclopedia, detailing over 600 plants and their uses, was so influential that it remained a standard reference for over 1,500 years. Dioscorides' work was instrumental in the development of pharmacology, demonstrating the practical application of plant classification. Now, these early systems were by no means perfect. They were simplistic and often based on superficial characteristics or utilitarian purposes. But they represented the first steps toward organizing the vast diversity of the plant kingdom. These early thinkers were laying the groundwork, setting in motion a process of refinement and expansion that would continue for millennia. These early classification systems laid the foundation for our modern understanding of plant taxonomy. As we move forward in our exploration, we'll see how these rudimentary systems evolved into the sophisticated botanical classifications we use today. So stay tuned as we journey through the evolution of botanical systems of classification. The botanical systems of classification didn't just spring up overnight. They evolved over time, with each new discovery building on the last. One of the key figures in this story of evolution is Carl Linnaeus, a Swedish botanist, physician, and zoologist, who fundamentally transformed our understanding of the natural world. In the mid-18th century, Linnaeus introduced the system of binomial nomenclature, a two-part naming system for organisms. Prior to this, plants were known by lengthy, descriptive phrases, which made communication about them cumbersome and confusing. Linnaeus simplified this by giving each species a two-part name, consisting of its genus and species. This system, still in use today, has provided a universal language for scientists across the globe, enabling clearer communication and understanding. But the evolution of classification systems didn't stop with Linnaeus. Just over a century later, Charles Darwin's groundbreaking work on evolution by natural selection would influence a shift from artificial to natural methods of classification. Artificial classification systems, like the one Linnaeus used, were based primarily on physical characteristics of plants, such as the number of stamens or petals. However, these systems often grouped together plants that were not closely related. Darwin's theory suggested that plants with similar characteristics are likely to have a common ancestry. This led to the development of natural systems of classification, which classify plants based on their evolutionary relationships. This shift had profound implications. It not only improved our understanding of the relationships between different plant species, it also allowed us to make predictions about their characteristics based on their evolutionary history. For instance, if we know that two plants are closely related, we can infer that they likely share similar traits, even if they look different on the surface. These advancements in botanical systems of classification have helped us make sense of the vast diversity of plant life. From Linnaeus's binomial nomenclature to Darwin's influence on natural classification systems, each step in this evolution has brought us closer to understanding the complex web of life that exists on our planet. From artificial to natural methods, the ways in which we classify plants have significantly evolved. Let's start by understanding the difference between these two methods. The artificial system of classification was based on one or a few morphological characteristics of the plants. It was a quick and easy method, but it didn't consider the entire plant's characteristics, and was thus not highly accurate. In contrast, the natural system of classification considers a wide range of characteristics, from morphological to physiological, biochemical, and even genetic traits. This comprehensive approach ensures a more accurate and meaningful classification, reflecting the true relationships among different plant species. In the modern era, we have further refined these methods with the help of technology and advanced scientific understanding. We now classify plants into 5 major divisions, or phyla. These are the Bryophyta, mosses; Pteridophyta, ferns; gymnosperms, cone-bearing plants; angiosperms, flowering plants; and algae. Each of these divisions is based on specific criteria. For instance, Bryophyta are non-vascular land-dwelling plants that reproduce via spores. Pteridophyta, on the other hand, are vascular plants that also reproduce via spores but have well-differentiated plant bodies. Gymnosperms and angiosperms are both vascular plants that reproduce through seeds, but gymnosperms have naked seeds, while angiosperms have seeds enclosed within a fruit. Lastly, algae are aquatic plants, either freshwater or marine, and have a simple reproductive structure. Such classification allows us to understand the incredible diversity of the plant kingdom. It also enables scientists to study plants systematically and make predictions about their behavior and characteristics. Furthermore, it helps in conservation efforts, allowing us to identify and protect the species that are most vulnerable to extinction. These modern methods of plant classification allow us to categorize plants in a way that reflects their evolutionary relationships. The journey from artificial to natural methods of classification is a testament to our growing understanding of the plant kingdom and our commitment to exploring its intricate beauty and diversity. Ever heard of Homo sapiens or Felis catus? These aren't just fancy Latin phrases, they're part of a universal language in biology. Welcome to the world of binomial nomenclature, a system of naming species that is as precise as it is elegant. This 2-part naming system was established by Carl Linnaeus in the mid-18th century, and it has been the cornerstone of taxonomy ever since. The genius of binomial nomenclature lies in its simplicity. Each species is given a unique 2-part Latin name. The first part is the genus, a group of closely related species. The second part is the species name, unique to that particular organism within the genus. Together, they form the full scientific name. For instance, in Homo sapiens, Homo is the genus that includes humans and our closest extinct relatives, and sapiens refers to us, modern humans. But why Latin, you may wonder? Well, Latin, being a dead language, is stable. It doesn't change or evolve like living languages do. This ensures that the meaning of a name remains constant over time and across different regions. The beauty of binomial nomenclature is that it offers a universal language that scientists all over the world can understand, irrespective of their native tongue. It reduces confusion by ensuring that each species has only one scientific name. This is particularly crucial in plant taxonomy, where common names can vary widely across different regions and languages. For example, the plant known as lady's mantle in English is Mariastern in German and Pied de Lion in French, but its scientific name, Alchemilla vulgaris, remains the same everywhere. The system also provides a snapshot of the evolutionary relationships between different species. Species within the same genus are closely related, while those in different genera are further apart on the tree of life. Binomial nomenclature, though it may seem complex, serves as a crucial tool in the world of plant taxonomy. It is a testament to the power of language and the importance of precise communication in the scientific world. So the next time you come across a Latin name, remember, it's more than just a fancy label. It's a key to understanding the diversity and complexity of life on Earth. So, we've journeyed from the ancient Greeks to modern botany, exploring the fascinating world of plant taxonomy. We've understood why it's crucial to classify plants, helping us to organize the vast array of plant species into manageable chunks. We've seen how the contributions of historical figures have shaped the botanical systems of classification, with each new system refining and expanding upon the last. We've learned about the artificial and natural methods of classification, each with their strengths and weaknesses, and how they've evolved into the modern methods that we use today. We've delved into the divisions of the plant kingdom, a vast and diverse array of life that showcases the incredible diversity of our planet. And finally, we've come to appreciate the power of binomial nomenclature, a universal language for naming plants that allows scientists from around the world to communicate clearly and effectively. The next time you see a plant, remember there's a whole world of classification behind its name. Subscribe for more.